Small Farm Roundtable seeks to address mission-critical issues for smaller architectural firms,
marketing and building relationships,
personal connection,
continuing education,
gain some contacts,
resource, important,
experiences,
referrals,
community,
collaboration,
commitment,
our voice,
AIA umbrella.
Asking an architect what their favorite type of architecture is kind of like asking a parent what their favorite child is.
I really have a love for residential, and so while my day job is doing commercial projects, I do residential on the side.
Actually, I decided I wanted to be an architect when I was in junior high because of my artwork.
I'm a big fan of Romanesque revival, and that's because I grew up on the campus of Kansas State University. Both my parents are on the faculty there.
All parents have favorites, but they don't actually want to admit it. That's why I only have one child, so I'm not in that position. But
I definitely enjoy doing residential because it allows you to get a little bit more experimental.
I knew I was going to be an architect since age 10.
The orchestration of so many people and so many disciplines to create a place has always drawn me to want to be an architect.
There have been a lot of challenges. That's one of the cool things about working in a small firm is there's always something going on.
I was certainly thrust into a place where I no longer had the support of a larger firm. I didn't have the continuing education of a larger firm.
I think the challenges are really not having a wealth of support. So you don't have 10 people that you can go bounce ideas off of. A lot of times you may be limited in that regard.
Fear of legal battle, different issues with insurance, legal aspects and stuff like that, and ever-changing rules and regulations.
You may be in a position where you're just inundated with inquiries at one time of the year, and then maybe 6 months later, it's crickets for 3 or 4 months.
The biggest challenge that we all face is to be able to communicate back to a client how we interpret their vision. And to be able to communicate that to them in a way that they can see it and understand it, both verbally and through, of course, our craft of drawing.
Getting teams to work well together and getting everyone to contribute their best and complement each other, and as well as dealing with the people on the client side and the people on the team side. And
bottom line, for most small firms, it's manpower. I mean, there are always more things to do than there are people to do them, and that's a challenge in a big firm as well, but it's more easily spotted in a small firm because you're kind of exposed at times. So figuring out how to get the work done at the level of excellence that you expect of yourself as a professional can be challenging.
For us, it's retaining talent. We have some amazing people that work for us, and you can just look at them and tell that someday they're going to be running their own office. They're too good to stay in our small house.
Being a small firm, you have the flexibility to really have one-on-one relationships with owners. In a residential sense, the homeowners, you have a closer relationship with contractors.
I think it really comes down to a very simple thing, and that is you wear many hats in a small firm. You know, what you trade for specificity in a large firm, you trade for opportunity in a small firm. You know, we have guys, women, folks in our office that they're able to take on as many responsibilities as they're willing to. So if they want to go to client meetings, if they want to try to write proposals, if they want to sit in construction meetings, they're able to do all those things.
I think small firms are uniquely situated to provide one-on-one service for clients, and when we talk about marketing and building relationships, the key word there is relationship, and a small firm has that unique ability to say, I'm going to put a principal on your project. You have the decision maker involved start to finish, and I think there are a significant number of clients that like that kind of one-on-one interaction. Having sort of a community with those relationships is a really neat thing happens when you're with a smaller group of people.
I don't have just finished buildings. I have relationships that live on way beyond my building.
I think that there's definitely a recognition by clients of the AIA designation after someone's name. And I think what that does for the client is it reassures them of a quality level because they know that there's a continuing education aspect to it.
1 in 4 members of AIA are small firm single sole practitioners with perhaps no employees.
The advantage for the small firm owner is you're not all on your own. You have the opportunity to be able to build a network that if you have an issue that comes up, you can pick up the phone very easily and call and talk it through with one of your colleagues.
Getting involved, even if it's not in AI, but investing in something other than yourself, but investing in your career.
Share knowledge, and that's really a lot of what we do. So, and not just with clients, but with the younger architects and associates and students, and I think that's an opportunity for us.
The areas that you lack as a small firm are those resources, are those outside perspectives and opinions. So gathering with other small firm owners or people that are involved with small firms allows you to bridge that gap.
There's the camaraderie, the fellowship of getting to know one another at more than just a professional level.
The Small Firm Roundtable has been an opportunity for me to get back involved a little bit more in AIA.
It's great to have continuing education opportunities that are targeted at the unique needs of small firms. A larger firm can go out and seek CEUs in all kinds of different ways, and to have a group that comes together with shared experience, shared lessons learned, that's a really special thing, and I think it's great that Dallas AIA is putting this attention on the small practice.
There's a collaboration in the industry now, and a sharing of information and a sharing of what works and what doesn't work that is really, really valuable, and you learn from one another, and to me that is the by and far the largest value that I get out of the AIA.
There's this give and take that's part of the process because it's theirs, they own it. I think that's one of the major differences of why should somebody work with a small firm? That's why. They're going to treat that project differently because it's going to mean more to them, I believe.